time, I want to teach you how to make laminated pasta. I saw this on TV the other day and I thought, hey, my students know how to make pasta. I want to learn how to make laminated pasta, and maybe you do too. So I have the pasta that we made in class. I've got the dough and I rolled it out to about setting number 5. So we would normally go to setting number 7 to make pasta. So I roll it to setting number 5. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a knife and very carefully and quickly cut my dough in half. If it's not perfectly in half, that's okay, but it'll make your life a lot easier if you get it as approximately as in half as you can. And so what laminated pasta is it's basically got something inside the dough. So here's some that I cut earlier, and you can see I've got leaves inside. I'm going to use parsley, but you could use really any type of herb that you want. I made sure to wash it. I'm using flat leaf parsley or Italian parsley. You could also use edible flowers. You want to make sure that you can actually eat them, that they haven't been sprayed with anything that's not edible. And I made sure to wash it ahead of time and just lay it out. And I'm going to take just a few pieces and stick them on here. They don't have to go in any particular order. In fact, I think it probably looks better when they're in all sorts of completely different orders. So when you cut the pasta, they look different and neat. And I'm only going to put it on one side. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my other half of the pasta and stick it back on here. That's why you want them to be about as similar sized as possible. Okay? You don't have to smush it, but you want it kind of set. Now, I stopped on setting number 4 or setting number 5. I actually want to go back a few settings, so to about 3 or 4, because if you think about it, you've just made your pasta twice as thick as it normally was. So if you try to go through the regular setting, it's going to be too thick for your pasta. So I'm going to add my flour like I showed you last time to keep everything from sticking. So because I ended at 5, I went back to 3, and then I'm going to place it back in here and roll it. And can you start to see some of the pasta? And then I'm going to switch it through all my different settings, 4, 5, 6, and 7, till I get my regular pasta. And so if you've got something with flowers like purple basil, for example, how amazingly cool that would look. Now, the big thing to know is that I don't have my regular pasta cutting attachment on this, because if I did, you can see it's getting a lot longer too. If I did, it would be, you wouldn't see any of the cool lamination that you just created. So you want to cut it into fairly thick pieces. So I think that's technically a tagliatelle or a pappardelle, are the ones that you might see at the store. Or you could even just cut it into squares and do it like a cool, I don't know, there's some fancy name for it that I can't think of. Or you can make it as ravioli. Ravioli would be really nice. Okay, so this is my last one. It's going to roll through here, and I just pop it on that side. And here is my laminated pasta. Very cool. Okay, I'm proud of myself. I think it's really cool. So to cut it, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use a regular old paring knife. Works perfectly fine. And then, depending whether you want long pasta or short pasta, what I do is I kind of loosely roll it up. Don't make it thick, make it really loose. And then you want to cut your pasta in whatever thickness you want. Now keep in mind, when you cut your pasta, the weight of your hand is going to make the pasta kind of stick to itself, so make sure to unroll it. And just like we did before, you're going to take some flour and toss your pasta with your flour. So then this is my second one. Again, very loosely roll it up, cut it into whatever thicknesses you want, unroll it, toss it, and you are ready to cook. Just like before, you're going to cook it in boiling salted water for just a few minutes, but That's kind of cool, right? You get yourself some laminated pasta. I'm going to try mine tonight with a sauce that I'm going to make with some scallops that I found in the freezer, some leftover parsley, some frozen peas that I found in, obviously, the freezer because they're frozen, and some preserved lemons because I made some preserved lemons and I want to use them. If not, I would use like regular lemons, and I'm going to try and some pasta water and some Parmesan cheese. That's what I'm going to try with mine. This wouldn't be a good recipe to use like a big old tomato sauce because then you wouldn't see the really cool laminated pasta you made. So if you're really into making pasta and you're kind of liking it, try making laminated pasta. Thanks again, everybody. See ya.